Once that happened, it just continued to happen. And now looking back, I'm like, I was fine. You know, I just had to trust the process. If that's what you want to do, there is nothing wrong with that. If you want to get likes because you want to show your butt cheeks, fucking do it. We're gonna do it online. Anyone can sign up. She's like, cool, send me a sign up link. Girl runs to Google, how do I make a sign up link? Great.
So this is a crossover episode. Hello everybody. This is either my channel or Pro Dancer's channel. It doesn't matter. The thing that matters is I have the queen here with me. So this is Kayla Brenda is it Kayla?
Kayla.
Kayla.
You can say Kayla, it sounds pretty.
It's the Greek version, I feel.
I'll take it.
Okay,
yeah.
So this is Kayla. Okay.
Hey guys.
And I have the privilege of being in your presence for the third time in 2 years, and it's such an honor. We're in Thessaloniki, Greece, and I took the chance to invite her here for like a quick talk, so we can like I don't know, connect, and you can like give some advice to the people that are like watching this, and ask you some questions I've been longing to ask you, and I feel like people want to know.
I'm nervous. Okay, Sister Claire.
Thank you so much for coming to begin with.
Oh my gosh. Claire, first of all, feels like my sister from across the world. I just love you to death. I've never met somebody who's so like beautiful and like calm, but has 97 different projects just going. So I'm happy to be here. I love you. And I'll always come back to Greece for you. You're my girl. Okay.
And now I'm gonna fangirl to the extreme. So I would like to ask you how you started dancing, and then was it your dream ever since you were a little girl? And how was the experience of growing up being in the industry? Like multiple questions.
Okay, so we'll start with the starting. I did start when I was 2. My parents put me in ballet, tap, and jazz. I thought ballet was pretty boring.
Okay.
I thought going slow, like learning the fundamentals, was pretty boring. I wanted to just like go straight to doing the things, but I was obsessed instantly. Love the tutus, love watching the older girls dance. I just loved it. And then I never stopped, so I just continued, obviously, on my journey. I did dance and gymnastics together competitively as I grew up. And that was kind of difficult because they once I got higher levels in both things, they kind of opposed each other. So with dance, obviously, long, lean muscles, lots of grace. With gymnastics, power and like fast twitch muscles and like, you know, like ha. And so I was like training in 2 different ways, which later in life I feel like served me because I kind of got the best of both worlds. But at the time, I was under the impression that they weren't helping each other, that they were opposing each other. So I ended up choosing dance over gymnastics, which I'm so glad, because low-key gymnastics stress me out. I would get like kind of scared doing some of those big tricks and stuff, but whatever. Decided to dance. And yeah, I basically did the classical training, ballet, contemporary, jazz, no hip hop, girl, until literally I moved to LA, basically.
I wouldn't be able to tell.
It was a journey, okay? It was a journey. It took a lot of commitment. I really had to get over myself with that because, like, you know, I moved to LA when I was 17. So, okay, let me rewind just a little bit. We'll get back to hip-hop things. I started going to LA on, like, summer trips because I'm from a very small town in Colorado. So I'd have to drive 2 hours to go to my dance studio. My parents loved them down for taking me all of that way every day. But I started going on trips to LA when I was 15, like during the summer, just to train, take class. My dance teacher would take me, who, by the way, at the time was like 28, like was not that much older than me.
But it's until later that you realized.
Yeah, I was like, she'd be like, you guys are good, I'm gonna go out.
You're like the teacher.
Yeah, whatever. But the first time I went to LA was like my first experience of like dance world, because in the small town that I was from, you know, like I was the only kid from my school that like danced, and then I drove to the studio, and then I had that community, but I had never seen like such a big dance community, or like, you know, LA is just so vibrant with like creative energy, and I was like, this is where I'm supposed to be. I'm supposed to be here. So I went home for my first trip when I was 15, and I was like, Mom, I'm moving to LA. I gotta go. I gotta go to LA. So I actually ended up homeschooling my last 2 years of high school so I could graduate early, and I moved to LA when I was 17. Stressed my parents out. They were like, what is our kid doing? I was like, I have to go dance. But so I started in the industry, I guess, quite young. And mind you, I was like a small town kid from Colorado, from the mountains, like didn't know how to like do my makeup or like anything, girl. Like it was giving country bumpkin, a country bumpkin in Los Angeles, California. And yeah, that's then when I started kind of training in the industry. The first year I was there, I did a training program that was a year long to try to, or not to try, but to like prep you for life in the industry. So I learned a lot during that first year, but not enough. You can never really prepare fully, I don't think. You just have to kind of dive into the shits. But yeah, back to hip hop, I only started taking like real hip hop from people that knew what hip hop was like when I got there, and I just had to humble myself and be like, I'm going to be not good at this for a while so that I can get good at it, because especially as a white girl, like I just had I guess that was more of a mental limitation, you know, like people see you as like vanilla, or they see you as like just a white girl. And so like there was an added like, you know, I want to be so good at this. And, you know, so you can like not have that stereotype on you. Not that I think it's correct. There are white girls that fucking kill hip hop, but at the time I was stressed about it. So I just worked really hard, and I think I'm better now. I don't think I'm, you know, I still have a long way to go always in everything.
Like,
but
you're just humble, but yeah.
Girl,
okay.
but like, you know what I'm saying? But like, yeah. And then I guess I started working. I did start working professionally at 18. I would say my career, it really, to me, it felt like it went quite slow for me. Like, I feel like I bloomed in the dance industry quite slowly. Okay. When I was like 18, 20, like early 20s, I remember like looking at all my friends, and I felt like they were all doing the things I wanted to do. You know, like the group that I had moved out there with, they were same age. I felt like they were all getting so successful, or they were doing all the jobs that I thought would be cool to do, and I wasn't doing any of that. I had work and was working, but it was like different things, and I just remember feeling so like envious and jealous of these people, and just like, why isn't it me? I never felt good enough in any, like I hadn't found myself yet, I feel like, you know, and so I didn't feel good enough in any scenario. And I think it took a lot of like just growth in myself, and through different experiences of the industry or whatever, to kind of like find my little like niche. And then I feel like once that happened, it just continued to happen. And now looking back, I'm like, I was fine. You know, I just had to trust the process and not give up. And like,
is the thing that happens, like we look back after it has happened, and we're like, I needed to be there and there and there.
Totally.
For me to be able to.
Exactly. And I also look and I see like, I think I would have burnt out if I was like, did everything
you could try
right away.
What everybody else was doing back then.
I think I would have gotten tired or like sick of it, or it would have happened at the wrong time. Okay. You know what I mean? Like sometimes things I feel like happen like when they're supposed to, or when you're ready for it, you know, and for whatever reason they weren't. And I was so frustrated, and I was just like, like, is this even gonna fucking work? Like, you know, I had insecurities to deal with. We all do. Like, that's not special. It's just like we all have to like sift through our things. But yeah, looking back, I'm like, I feel like it went the way that it was supposed to go, and now I feel like I've done all the things that I've like, I mean, not all, but like a good amount of the things that I like set out to do, and I'm very proud of the career that I've had so far. And yeah, but I feel like it took a while.
Like to me, you being the person that I know that you are, and you having built Body Love, which is an online platform for happiness and femininity, and I don't know, like the inner strength that every girl has, and she doesn't know, and she's aware. After you get into Body Love, you'll realize. I feel like you are doing the world a service, and I feel like you are a unique type of choreographer and personality and dancer, and I've met a lot. And what you are doing is completely different to whatever everybody else is offering.
Thank you.
And I feel like when I'm in your presence or when I see you online, I'm like hugely motivated. I can't even explain. I was explaining to Hope last night that whenever I meet Kayla, I feel like I can be myself, like not with you necessarily, but in the world. I feel like I'm reminded of, okay, you can be you and you can do anything you like. And this is like a gift that you have. I don't know if you're aware of it.
So
I hope you are.
It's so sweet. I'm gonna cry.
And I would love to ask you, how did you build Body Love? Like, how did you decide to do us this kind of service? And then I'm gonna take you to lunch.
Yay, lunch, Greek lunch. Okay, so Body Love. First of all, I'll tell you what it is. And every single time people are like, tell me what Body Love is, I don't feel like the words ever do what it is justice. Because it's technically an online community, my personal online community, right? And dance platform where I share all of my online classes, tutorials. I bring in guest teachers that are like the absolute like vetted best at what they do to like offer things to my community. Everyone in the community has direct access to me, and it's dance, it's mindfulness, it's like feminine energy practices, it's all of these things, but it's so much more. Like, it's just like the energy between women that come into the space from all over the world, all different walks of life, but they're all there just to kind of carve out this little space in their life, like for themselves and their personal evolution. And the friendships that happen, like the self-development that happens, the way they share with each other and love each other and support each other, I really feel like somehow it turned into like, have you seen the Barbie movie?
Yeah.
It literally turned into Barbie Land. And it's just like this world that like I am completely obsessed with. I love all of the girls. So that's kind of a very like long-winded way of saying what it is, but how I built it was I had started teaching heels after my first tour with Trey Songs. And that was the first time I'd ever done a full tour show only in heels. And it clicked for me. Like, it just, I was like, this is correct. Like, this feels right. I was feeling myself. I was like getting more confident. I was like experiencing all these things. And I randomly started subbing classes at Playground and Millennium. And it just took off. Like, it clicked with people. It clicked with me. And that just became something that I started doing, was teaching heels. And the thing that I loved most about heels was heels classes like girl world, girl. Like, it's just girls are there to girl, and girls are there to get better. They're there to work. They're there to have a good time and to experience themselves. And I loved that. I loved that not only was I doing this thing that I was passionate about, but I was also connecting with like all these cool communities of women. And then COVID happened. And I was like, ugh, Like, what do I do? I was feeling disconnected from my people. And I actually taught a class online, a dance class online for a friend. And when I was setting up the class, she asked me, she said, hey, do you have anything coming up online that the class participants could sign up for? They'll probably sign up, let me know. And in that moment, I said, yes, I have something coming up. And I didn't have anything coming up. And she said, what is it? And I said, I said, oh, it's called Body Love. And it's a 5-day, like, self-love challenge.
So what, you just
online.
made that up?
Girl, I pulled it out of my ass. And Body Love literally was like this. The name Body Love was like, boop. It was like, came from nowhere. I had never thought about it before, ever. It just was like, boom. And I was like, anyway, it's called Body Love. It's 5 days. We're going to do it online. Anyone can sign up. She's like, cool. Send me a sign up link. Girl runs to Google. How do I make a sign up link?
Kidding.
How do I make a sign up link?
That's
Here's the sign up link. And then I literally thought, so then I told my mom. I remember being like, yeah, I'm going to do this online 5-day self-love dance challenge thing. And my mom was like, cool, what is it? And I was like, not sure. So I started mapping out the days as these girls are signing up. And I for sure thought that, like, I don't know, maybe I'd get like 100 people, you know, because everyone was in lockdown. So I was like, maybe I'll get like 100 people. Girl, I got like 600 girls that signed up for this shit. And I was like, wait, what? And so it was just a little 5-day challenge we ran on a private Instagram account. It was like not fancy at all. But what happened there was incredible. Like, I was like just completely shook. And the bonds that the girls, all the same shit, right? The bonds that the girls made, like the self-discovery, like it was just such great energy. And then immediately once I was finished with that, they were asking, like, what are we doing next? Is there another challenge? I don't know.
Yes, there is.
Right. And I was like, oh, stay tuned. I'm not sure. And then I was like, I'm going to make an app. I'm going to make an app.
Ladies and gentlemen, her.
I was like, I'm going to make an app and a website so that I can, like, make my online tutorials and, like, give them to the girls and they can have, like, a community. And that was the part that was the most important to me, because there's a lot of dance tutorial platforms where you can go learn online.
Right.
Shit. Girls learn my choreography from YouTube. And slay if you do that, because that's very hard to do. But like, I just wanted them also, in addition to tutorials and classes, to have each other and to be able to, like, post their dance videos and talk to each other and hype each other up. And so that was a really important part of the app that I wanted to build. Have I ever built an app before? No. Have I ever taken a class on an app building? No. Have I ever taken a business class? Fucking no. But I was like, one quote that's changed my life, is everything is figure-outable. Everything is figure-outable.
Take notes, girls and people who are watching this.
Yes.
Because this is like the example, like you just proved me right when I said you're doing the world a service, because it's multi-level type of service. And I don't know, like, I have one last thing I want to ask you, and take as long as you want to answer it. I feel like part of part of the thing that girls need when they take your class and what you're giving out to the world is, like, be yourself, and you can be as sexy as you like and love your body, and body love makes sense, and how it popped in your head, like it makes absolute sense to me. Is there a piece of advice that you could give any girl that feels like she's too much, or she's, like, very suppressed by how she grew up, like past boyfriends who would say, like, you're just trying to draw attention and you just want the Instagram likes, and why are you showing your ass for? And you're not a professional dancer, you should be more decent, and this is not dance, and shit like that, because we get that a lot here, and a lot of girls are being asked that. Okay. And I'd love to hear your perspective. This is my last question.
Okay. So I'll just start by saying this. What I would say to those people is literally just, and
frame. I'm framing this.
Here's the thing. If you're posting your ass cheeks or you're twerking for likes, you fucking can if that's what you want to do. There is nothing wrong with that. If you want to get likes because you want to show your butt cheeks, fucking do it. If you want to start an OnlyFans and make money showing your butt cheeks, you should be able to do that too. There is no the connotation of like you have less value because you're doing these things is just a fucking lie to keep you in line. To keep you doing the same thing that everybody else is doing. But the only thing that matters is your true is true, and that's literally it. Everyone else will adjust, and if they don't adjust, they can fall away. If the people in your life are telling you you're indecent for dancing or for what you post on Instagram, those aren't your people. They can go away. It's fine, you know? And I understand, like, sometimes it's hard because it's, like, family members. And that just takes, like, with love conversation, right? This is what I love. This is, like, how I like to express myself. This is what I feel confident and beautiful wearing. And this is what I'm going to share. And hopefully they come around, you know? But if they don't, it's okay to, like, kind of be like, okay, that energy is not serving my highest good. And that's fine, too. I think as women, we do just get in our heads about what people say about us, or like the opinions of others. It's like we're conditioned to live our lives to please, not even to please, but just to keep everybody fucking comfortable, you know? Like, and it does hurt when people like judge you. You know, but so you like try to like manage all these different emotions, and it's like if we're so focused on managing others' comforts or opinions or whatever, we're not living, and we're not pursuing our passions. We're not following our dreams because we're too preoccupied and our energy's too quickly going, well, what's Claire gonna think? You know, if I'm thinking about what's Claire gonna think, I'm not thinking about what the fuck I want to think, you know? And so I think it's just like a level of being like committed to yourself and obsessed with yourself enough to just do the thing that you want to do, go after the thing that you want to do. And you don't even need, like, this is the other thing, you don't even need a massive purpose for it, right? Like, Body Love, I feel like, has like a massive purpose. It like you're saying, it's doing some kind of service to the world, which I'm proud of. But if I was like, I just want to make Body Love because it makes me happy and it makes me smile, which is also part of it. But if that's my only reason, that's enough of a reason. If you want to come to dance class just because it makes you happy and it makes you smile, that's all that you need. That's the only thing that you need to sign off on it. And the only thing that matters is that you can look at yourself in the mirror at the end of the day and be like, yes, proud of you, girl. And I really think that being able to do that is just you being able to follow your truth. And like I said, just goodbye. Just okay. You know? But like hate does come. Hate does come.
It does.
It does. But guess what? I'll say, this is my last thing I'll say. When I first started getting online hate, of course, it happens and it continues to happen. There are two things I want to say. One thing is an unpopular opinion. The other thing is like a quote from someone. The first unpopular opinion is there are very limited times, I think, if you're getting, I'm talking about like a consensus of an opinion that's like strong towards you. I think it's important to look at the big consensus and force yourself to ask the question, and this has to be done with a lot of intelligence and humility, are they right? Okay. You kind of have to ask that for a sec, and then you kind of, and I'm talking about like a thing like, I'm not talking about you're a slut, no. I'm not going to be like, are they right? No, they're fucking not right. I'm not a slut. I know that. But when I started creating Body Love, I got a lot of people being like, they took it more as like a image thing, like a body positivity as far as image goes. And they were like, how are you able, you shouldn't be talking about body positivity because you're skinny. There was a part of me that had to be like, are they right? And then I had to be like, there is some things I don't know because I am thin, you know? But then I was like, that's not really where Body Love's coming from. It's not coming from an image place. It's coming from more of a loving your body as a connection, you know, mind-body connection kind of place. But that's what I'm talking about. Okay. Are they right? Not like you're a slut. Are they right? Like, no, they're not, you know? But there's when you're getting a big consensus, I think that's like a thought to have. Number 2, when you're getting hate. The first time I started getting hate, I was super distraught and distressed. Yes, okay. I was sweating it a lot. I was like,
Did you reply back to the comments?
Every comment. Yeah.
I feel you. I feel like I'm saying.
I was and then I learned one, especially on YouTube. I don't know why. Don't read the comments. Just don't read them. Like, it's fine to not read them. You don't have to, you know. Number 2, report, block, delete. Report, block, delete. You're getting somebody that's like, well, you shouldn't be doing this, or you da-da-da-da, or somebody's mad at whatever. Don't even respond. You don't have to convince anybody of anything. Report, block, delete. Report, block, delete. And then 3, if you're getting a lot of it, right, and it seems to be a continuous thing, take that as a good thing, as a positive thing. You're making waves in the world. You know, like Trey Songz's mom told me that, because that was when I was first getting a lot of hate, and I was like, girl, I don't know what to do. And she was like, I said the same thing to him when he started coming up, like, congrats. You made it to the place where now people feel like they have to, like, have an opinion or tear you down. And it's also like, keep in mind, internet warriors are internet warriors, girl. The people that are commenting on your stuff and the people that are pressed and stressed about what you're doing in your free time are probably not people that are out in the world trying to make it a better place, right? They're probably people that are
not happy, and they're like, and I feel like it's mostly men.
Girl.
To be honest. I'm just saying this.
The menergy needs to... I'm bored. That's how I feel about that. Like, everything you talked about with this question, like, when you were saying it, I was like, this is probably mostly guys. It can be women too, but I do feel like guys are the majority of these comments. I'm just bored. I'm like, okay, I'm bored of that. Like, I've heard it enough. You know, what a boring perspective to have, that you would think I'm a slut. Can you have a better perspective that's more interesting? It's nothing
new, and it's like,
No, like, I'm bored of that. Can we find something more interesting that you can think about me that's not just I'm a slut? Anyway, I hope that makes sense.
It does. Okay. And guys, this was an episode of literally me falling in love on video and, like, becoming a lesbian, like, on video. This is just what you just saw. It's what you just watched. It's exactly that, nothing less.
And now we're both leaving our men, and we're gonna go get married to each other. And I'm moving to Greece. I love it.
I'm always available to just break up. If you knock on my door, I'll just take my bag. And this is a promise I can make on video, and in private it's sorry, not sorry, okay?
Love it.
Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for coming in general, and for teaching here, and please keep coming back.
Absolutely stunning. Everybody, please keep supporting Claire, because she's an angel on earth. She really is. She's a great goddess. I love you.
Stop it.
I love you.
I feel like the same and more for you. Thank you so much.
I love you. Bye, guys. See you next time.
I'm nervous now.
Don't be nervous, Claire.
That you are so close. I really like it, but
we start with
okay. There's